Hello and good evening, everyone. I am Ibrahim Umarwase, and this is the Politics Inside. Tonight, we have three major stories shaping political conversation. First, Peter Obi calls for dialogue, not detention, in the Nnamdi Kanu's saga. Secondly, we will talk about the 1.5 billion defamation lawsuit that rocks the digital space. And finally, the former governor Ayodele Fayose declaration that Obi remains the only opposition figure with real traction. All these and more on DDM Politics Insight. Stay tuned, we will be right back.
The rules should be followed, not just for Nnamdi Kanu, for all agitators across the nation. Let's dialogue with them. There's nothing wrong with anybody agitating or saying let's dialogue with them.
All right, welcome back. You are watching DDM Politics Inside. Former Labour Party presidential candidate Peter Obi is calling for dialogue over detention, saying government's handling of separatist agitations through imprisonment only deepens division. Speaking during a visit to LEA Primary School, Kabwa, Abuja, Peter Obi reaffirmed his belief that dialogue, not incarceration, remains the key to peace.
Yeah, there's a plan by Sowore to organize a free Nnamdi Kanu protest this week. I don't know if you are in tune with that arrangement.
Well, let me tell you, I've always been consistent on Nnamdi Kanu's flights. There was no need for the arrest in the first place. And I've always said that for me, and discuss with anybody who, I said it clearly, and I meant there. And I thank those who actually trying to do with what I'm saying for a long time. Go and check what I've said 2020, 2022, even 2024. I've said, and now that he has gone, because he's been to court, the rules should be followed, not just for Nnamdi Kanu, for all agitators across the nation. Let's dialogue with them. There's nothing wrong with anybody agitating or saying let's dialogue with them. And whatever we do with them, let's follow the rules. So I thank the organizers and I thank those who are involved. Thank you.
The results of the outcome of the 2022 election, they remain in public domain as debates up to today. Obviously because of the role of INEC and other political factors. Today we have a new INEC chairman in place and we are working towards a new general election. What are your expectations for this new leadership of INEC regarding conduct, outcome of the process?
Very simple. He's a Nigerian. We want a new Nigeria where elections will be free, fair, and credible. And that people who have the competence, the capacity, the compassion, the character and commitment to lead the nations are elected. It's for good of everybody. None of us is going to be here forever. And none of us is going to be in our position forever. So whatever position we find ourselves is to do the right thing. So I wish him well. When it's confirmed, I will congratulate him and tell him to know that one day he's going to leave that post. Let it ensure that he keeps his reputation.
Well, a lot of your followers, especially among the obedient movement, are quite worried about your presence in the ADC because many people actually perceive that it will seem Atiku has a strong hold on that coalition and they fear he will not get it.
Let me tell you, first is that Atiku is a very dear elder brother and leader that I have a lot of respect for. I'm a member of Labour Party, and I belong to the coalition forming ADC for presidential election in 2027. And I can tell you, other parties are going to join, other people are going to be part of it. Other people are going to be part of it.
So does it mean that they are meeting with, because there are people that are going to move to PDP? Are you still telling about that, go to PDP again?
All of us are going to come together as a people. That's my belief. That for us to do the right thing for the country, all well-meaning people now have to come together to rescue the country.
Are you assuring Nigerians that you'll be on the ballot for 2027?
I'm contesting, and I'm sure I will be. And people who have looked at it, they have to look at who is competent, who have the capacity.
Peter Obi's commitment comes as activist Omoyele Sowore prepare a nationwide protest tagged #Freed Nnamdi Kanu now slated for October 20th in Abuja.
We are here not to waste your time because we don't have time anymore. We have actually run out of time, but they are lucky we have not run out of patience yet. We are here to give you the good news that Nnamdi Kanu might be on his way to freedom. But we have one more step to take. You know, those of you who are Christians, you know the wall of Jericho. When it was about to fall, there was a command that we must march around it. And that is what we are doing on October 20th. That wall of Jericho that has been keeping our brother away from freedom, we want to take it down. Amen. By marching on Aso Rock Villa on Monday next week. We have decided that nothing will stop us on that day. And what we are doing today is a mobilization and awareness and conscientization for that day. And we are here to plead with you to come with us. We are here to plead with you to take a break on Monday, even for a few hours, to join us so that we can have the mass movement. It is what Bob Marley calls Exodus, you know.
Exodus.
Yes, movement of the people. Exodus, movement of the people. So this time, this is the last lap to the promised land. That is why we are here. We are not here to eat, drink, or dance. We are here to ask for just one thing. The hashtag is MNK October 20. Free Nnamdi Kanu now. Free Nnamdi Kanu now.
Nnamdi Kanu, leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, has remained in DSS custody since 2021, despite a 2022 Court of Appeal ruling that discharged him. Prominent Nigerians, including Goodluck Jonathan, Atiku Abubakar, Femi Falana, and Shehu Sani, have joined calls for his release. Obi insists that dialogue is not weakness, but wisdom. And as pressure built ahead of Sowere's October 20th protests, analysts believe a government willing to listen may find peace faster than one that punishes. Now here is a thought. Can dialogue really dissolve decades of distrust? What if political engagement, not brute force, became Nigeria's new currency of peace? Tell us what you think. Is Peter Obi right? Drop your thoughts in the comment section below. One thing is certain, this conversation won't end soon. And if you are watching on YouTube, remember to like this video, subscribe, and join the debate because your opinion shaped the conversation. Stay with us. When we return, we turn from the courtroom of public opinion to the real courtroom where Peter Obi takes on social critic Deji Adeyanju in a 1.5 billion naira defamation lawsuit.
If you get my drift.
You see, Peter, if Peter does not want to be criticized,
He should go back to his house and be eating jollof rice. Anyone who puts himself up for public office must be criticized, must be scrutinized, must be insulted. Anybody who feels too big to be criticized or too big to be insulted, and it is his mentality that his aides and his obedient mob, that is the same mentality they have. That, oh, our candidate cannot be criticized, but Tinubu can be called a drug lord, Atiku can be called a looter, a thief, but our candidate cannot be criticized. Supreme Court judges can be named and shamed.
Welcome back to Politics Inside. If the first story was about public persuasion, this next one is about legal reputation and the price of worth in the digital age. Peter Obi takes legal fire to social media as he sues activist Deji Adeyanju for 1.5 billion naira over alleged defamation. It is a legal showdown that's stirring online debates. Peter Obi has filed a 1.5 billion naira defamation suit against activists, alleging a series of false and malicious publications on social media. The suits, filed at the High Court of Anambra's 500 million in aggravated damages and 1 billion naira in general damages. Obi's legal team, led by Alex Ajesiame San, says Adeyanju's post labeling him a religious bigot, a fraud, and a political prostitute have damaged his reputation locally and internationally. Obi is also demanding public apologies across social media, national dailies, and television networks, plus a permanent injunction restraining Adeyanju from future defamation.
Response, isn't yourself now descending to the same space or the same pedestal or the same bottom of that cliff that you're trying to say people should not descend to with the action you're taking already? If you get my drift. You see, Peter, if Peter does not want to be criticized, he should go back to his house and be eating jollof rice. Anyone who puts himself up for public office must be criticized, must be scrutinized, must be insulted. Anybody who feels too big to be criticized or too big to be insulted, and it is his mentality that his aides and his obedient mob, that is the same mentality they have. That, oh, our candidate cannot be criticized, but Tinubu can be called a drug lord, Atiku can be called a looter, a thief, but our candidate cannot be criticized. Supreme Court judges can be named and shamed. Court of Appeal judges can be intimidated and criticized and even say they should go and lynch their children. You understand? But our candidate, we draw the line when our candidate is involved. So this is the political hypocrisy of these political extremists that we must never allow in our polity. We saw it under the Buharists. They didn't want anybody to criticize or analyze their candidate. And it is the same thing. Mr. Peter was the one that put himself up to be president. If he doesn't want me to criticize, I'm not insulting any obedient, I'm not insulting anybody. It is the man that has put himself up for president. I'm analyzing. I'm saying that, oh, as governor, you did this. You went around churches in this country to go and say church should take back their country. You spoke with Bishop Oyedepo and said that the election is a religious war. Therefore, you are a religious bigot. There's nothing I'm saying that is not in public domain. There's nothing I'm saying, or there's nothing I've said, or the things I've said. The only thing else that I forgot to say is that he's a political prostitute, which I've now added. So you should add it to the suit.
Well, Adeyanju claimed his comments were based on facts, alleging that Obi once attempted to offer him money during the 2023 campaign, an allegation Obi strongly denies. Analysts say this case could redefine the boundaries between free speech and defamation in Nigeria's digital age. A reminder that in the court of law, words can carry a very heavy price tag. And here is the real question. Where do we draw the line between freedom of speech and freedom to defame? Should public figures tolerate harsh criticism or defend their image in court? Let's hear from you. Share your opinion below. And if you're just joining us on YouTube, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more stories that challenge the status quo. Alright, So whether this case become a landmark for online accountability or a cautionary tale for public figures remain to be seen. But coming up next, we shift gear to the corridors of politics, where former Governor Ayodele Fayose has made a bold declaration on Nigeria's opposition landscape, and the man he believes stands alone.
You know, the only opposition that I know that is in Nigeria, let me tell you now, the only opposition, I didn't say the opposition can win Asiwaju, the only opposition that is the only person that still have traction, that has traction is Obi. No other one, no, everybody.
What about Goodluck Jonathan?
You see,
What about Goodluck Jonathan?
Jonathan has not.
What about Amechi? What about Atiku?
I have said it generally, sir. The only. So that has answered it, sir. I have no apologies. The only voice that has traction.
Governor Fayose,
talking. That
Governor
is everywhere.
Quickly.
Despite not being in government, it's Obi. I give it to him. But let me tell you, sir, all others, they are filling the gaps.
Welcome back. If politics is a game of numbers and narratives, then former Ekiti State Governor Ayodele Fayose believes only one man is still in the race to challenge the ruling All Progressive Congress, and that's Peter Obi. Yes, this came from a former PDP governor. Speaking on Channel's TV Politics Today last night, the former Ekiti State Governor made a bold statement of Nigeria's political opposition, saying only Obi still command genuine public traction.
That this government is going to win an election, what basis, on what grounds will they be able to campaign in 2027? Or you think things would have changed before then?
Tell me who will defeat APC. You know, the only opposition that I know that is in Nigeria, let me tell you now. The only opposition, I didn't say the opposition can win Asiwaju. The only opposition that is the only person that still have traction, that has traction is Obi. No other one, no, everybody.
What about Goodluck Jonathan?
You see,
what about Goodluck Jonathan?
Jonathan has not.
What about Amechi? What about Atiku?
I have said it generally, sir. The only. So that has answered it, sir. I have no apologies. The only voice that has traction.
Governor Fayose,
talking. That
Governor
is
Fayose,
everywhere.
Quickly.
Despite not being in government, is Obi. I give it to him. But let me tell you, sir, all others, they are filling the gaps.
Fayose dismissed other opposition figures and described emerging coalition under the African Democratic Congress, ADC, as too weak to challenge President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's APC. Yet, he praises Obi's consistent critique of government and economic policies. Fayose warned that Obi's popularity could fade without broader unity among opposition blocs, particularly the divided PDP. He cautioned that a divided front could make the APC's 2027 path much easier. Fayose's remarks have stirred fresh debates. Can Peter Obi turn public affection into political power, or will this lone voice echo against a united ruling party? What do you think? Is Fayose right? Is Peter Obi truly the only face of opposition left in Nigeria, or is the political landscape still too fluid to call? Tell us what you think in the comment below, and join and watch the news on our YouTube channel. And that's the insight tonight. 3 stories, 1 threat. From the call for dialogue to the defense of reputation, and now the battle for relevance. Tonight's narrative reminds us that Nigerian politics remained a theater of conviction, contention, and constant reinvention. From dialogue over detention to digital defamation and the dynamics of Nigeria's opposition, Peter Obi remained at the heart of national conversation. As Nigeria moves closer to 2027, the question remains, can the opposition unite around one voice, or will division hand the ruling party another easy ride? For the Insight Desk, I am Ibrahim Umarwasi. In politics, truths may be contested, but facts remain stubborn. Good night.